Hey buddy, Thomas here, and I'm actually currently having an issue with the sawmill. I'm going to explain to you what my issue is. I'm going to explain to you how to fix said issue. So, as I'm cutting through this pine right here, actually it's about 12.5 inches wide, and there's actually 3 cants on there I'm cutting into 2x4s. The sawmill is getting a surging effect, so it surges as it goes through the log. It's not cutting really smooth, and I'm going to show you why. First things first, a good indication is right here. So on this side right here, you'll see that my Teflon piece is pretty much a little bit beyond what the rolled bar is right there. That's where it should be. Now if we come to this side right here, at the all the way back direction, you'll see that the rolled bar is slightly, astern of my Teflon piece right here. So that means that this side right here is not even with that side right there. Now, it's kind of confusing right now, but I just brought the saw head back all the way. This side is lagging. When I'm going forward, this side is still lagging. So what the issue is my chain. I've actually opened the top up here, and I'll show you here in a second, a little bit close up. Actually, we'll go do it right now. Try not to fall. Up here, there's a sprocket on this side right here. The drive hydraulic motor on this side right here, you can see it has another sprocket on the outside. You've got that sprocket there on the inside. But this shaft that goes across here also goes to this one right here. Excuse me, there we go, right there. So the issue is I have jumped a link on this. And the fact that I am lagging on this side means that I need to progress this link right here forward 1. And there's a few ways you can actually adjust it with the actual adjustments on the actual chain. So you get a little bit of adjustment in here. Or, since I don't want to do that, on the other side they have the same thing. I'm actually just going to, pull the saw head to about the middle of the sawmill, and I'll show you the surging effect. And then we'll go ahead and use a screwdriver and just pump it over. So crank her up. Alright, so this surging effect, you only see it in a slow mode. So I'm only going to go just a little bit. I'm going to start bringing the saw head forward. A little bit more. Alright. Hard to do this one-handed. You see, it's kind of got, you can see the chain, but it's got like a surge effect. You can really tell my water up there. It's got like a, I don't know, it's surging. It's not the absolute smoothest. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to about the middle of the sawmill. Alright folks, so I thought about this a little bit more. When you bring the saw head all the way down to the end of the sawmill where the tongue is or anything, the right side, so my right side as I'm controlling the mill, is touching about essentially a link's worth before the left hand side. So that means, again, this side, which means this side of the blade is entering a little bit sooner than the other. And it's causing like a surge effect, because also just the timing is not exactly right. Now, I pulled the saw head all the way forward, and actually I was able to push it forward. And now I'm going to take some slack out of this chain right here, and I'm going to see if I can move one link my direction, and that should allow for a little bit of slack to occur right here. Alright, so my dad has actually had to loosen up this chain right here because I did not have enough slack as I thought I would. And I'm going to try to film this with one hand and put the other hand in here. All I'm going to do is just pop it over one link. So there's one link. And I'll push it all the way over. So there. All I did is advance the chain forward 1, and I can check my progress. Okay, so again, we went one link forward on this side, which will allow for one extra link on this side, retarding this side, because I need to retard this side because this side was entering in faster. This side should now be leading properly because we have our drive motor on this side. So as my dad tightens this up, we're going to do a few tests to make sure I went the right direction. because it's kind of counterintuitive thinking. So we'll see how this all turns out. Okay, for a simple test here, op test, I think that we did everything correct. I now have about an 1/8 of an inch gap there, and we have about an 1/8 an inch gap there. So I believe that the head alignment is correct. I'm going to go down the other end and check that as well. In fact, we'll go into it right now. Crank this thing up. Go ahead and hold this in my arm. I'm not seeing any surging. It's looking pretty nice and stable. My dad's gonna measure on the other end. But I think we have corrected said issue, quick and easy. I only got a little bit of grease on my hands, and only had to loosen up the one nut that's right here. So stay tuned, we'll see. Getting close to the end. They're even? Yep, good. Nice and even. And I didn't feel one side or the other go beforehand. So really, the last test will be cutting through this log. Now, as I wait for the saw head to get back, this right here is the only nut that we adjusted. Now, it's just to give me slack enough to advance that chain just slightly forward by 1 link on this right-hand side of the mill. All right, so this will be the op test. Since auto saw down. Oh no. Figure out where we are. A little more. There we go, 1.5 inches. Turn my water on. Water's on, you can see it down there. Make sure everything's clear, and then go ahead and engage the clutch. Now I'm doing this one-handed, so I'm going to go ahead and move my speed to the correct dial. About right there should be good. Nope, not fast enough. Slow it down just a little bit. Rev it up. Yep, I am getting no surge effect at all at slow speed. I'm going to count that as a win. So, I hope y'all found this interesting. If you've got a sawmill and you're having issues with a surging effect, quick and easy fix. Check your alignment of the saw head on the back stops as well as the forward stops, and then adjust the chain as necessary. Go from there. All right, we'll see you around. Thanks.